Happy New Year, everyone. This is Mike Tudor, and in this video, I am going to go over the Chinese New Year snacks that you will see in the new year. Now, during the Chinese New Year, you would see lots of people would go around to visit other relatives or other people or their parents during the new year. And what do we call this? In Cantonese, we call it Bai Nin. Bai Nin. And the word Bai actually means worship, and the word Nin means the word year in Cantonese. So in this case, this term refers to a person visiting or pay respect to the other person by visiting them over the new year. Now, when you go into somebody's house, you would actually, the first word you probably would say is Happy New Year. And Happy New Year in Cantonese is, of course, called San Nin Fai Long. San Nin Fai Long. The word San Nin means New Year, and the word Fai Long means happy. So in the order of words, it means New Year happy, or San Nin Fai Long in Cantonese. Now let's go over the various snacks that you would see when you're paying visit to somebody in Chinese New Year, or Bai Nin in this case. So the first one is the sesame balls. And in Chinese New Year in particular, we would actually call these Xiu Hao Zhou. Xiu Hao Zhou. And the word Xiu actually in Cantonese means smiling. And that what describes these sesame balls, because these fried sesame balls have usually an opening that looks like they're smiling. So that's why they're called Xiu Hao Zhou. Xiu Hao Zhou. Now the next one is the deep fried dumplings. And these are actually not what you eat in your dim sum place. It's more usually actually more the type that you eat in New Year, and they're sweet because they're usually what's inside. It's usually sugared peanuts. So if you're actually allergic to peanuts, make sure that what they're inside is actually good for you, or else you might have a huge allergic reaction. So in Cantonese, these things are actually called gao zai, gao zai. And why is it being eaten is again because the shape is that it looks like it's smiling. Now another type of fried food, and this is the last type of fried food that I'm going to go over, I swear. And these are the fried sweet egg twist. And in Cantonese, they're called dan san, dan san. And this is actually like a fried egg pastry, and again, it's a bit sweet as well. And remember when I say I swear, well, the word dan san, you need to be cognizant of saying this, especially when you are calling somebody with this term. Because this term is also referring to someone as a nobody, and it is actually a very insulting term. So you should never call somebody a dan san or a fried sweet egg twist, because it is actually pretty insulting to someone. So be sure to not call somebody that. But if you're referring to the egg pastry as dan san, is actually fine. And you would actually see these in your dim sum place as well. Now, one of the most famous snack and one of the most filling snack in Chinese New Year is the rice cake, or in Cantonese we call it lin go, lin go. And these are usually the sweet brown cakes that you would see. And when you buy it, it's usually you need to heat it up, and it's usually in a circular tin foil container. And then they taste both sweet, soft, and sticky at the same time. And it's very, very good. I would recommend actually instead of putting it in the oven, you should take it out, cut it into pieces, and then pan fried it. And what's even better is immerse them with eggs first. Like let's say raw egg, egg white with egg yolk. Like just have it immerse it, cover it with a thin layer of the egg, and then pan fried it. It would taste awesome. So rice cake or nian go. Why we eat it is because the word go is the same as the word tall. It's the same sound, not the same word, but the same sound. And usually in Chinese, especially Chinese New Year, we would eat stuff that has similar sound to get the meaning of that word. So the word go means tall, but it also means that you would have high luck, growth in terms of your luck, your fortune, etc. So overall, it means good stuff. So that is why we eat nian go. And not only that, in Chinese New Year, as a main dishes, we also eat all types of other cakes or go, such as the turnip cake and the taro cake, or the water chestnut cake that you see in dim sum. However, though, what's most unique cake that you would eat in Chinese New Year is the the sweet rice cake or nian go in Cantonese. Now, as for the other snacks, you would actually, so when you actually go and actually visit somebody, you would usually see, especially in families with older Chinese people, you would actually see a circular box. And the circular box, they would usually open it for you, and it would contain all kinds of little snacks that you could feast on while you're talking with the host and other people during the party. And what we call these snack box, we call it chun hap, chun hap. And these are the unique boxes that people use in Chinese New Year to put snacks in for a guest to feast on while they're at the person's house. So now let's go over the main stuff that you would see inside these boxes or chun hap. The most famous one is the baked seeds, and in Cantonese we call it gua ji, gua ji, and this means melon seeds in general, because the word gua means melon and ji means kids or seeds. Now, this is actually a popular snack since the Ming Dynasty, uh, and it's especially popular by farmers during that time. And after that, the popularity grows over time to mainstream to almost everybody. Now, sunflower seeds are the most popular. Even in the Western world, sunflower seeds are very popular for snacks. But we'll also use other types of seeds to eat as well during the new year, such as pumpkin and melon seeds. We also eat something called sugared winter melon. Uh, and these are usually found in the snack boxes as well. And sugared winter melon in Cantonese, we call it tong, dong gua, tong, dong gua. Now, this is the most common one that we eat, but we also eat other sugar-coated stuff as well, such as ginger, where we call it tong gong, where gong is the word for ginger in Cantonese, and as well as other dried fruits that are sugared. So when you're saying you want to have sugared something, you just need to start off with the word sugar, which is tong in Cantonese, and that particular vocabulary of whatever that you want to eat that is sugared. So this is the pattern that we use for sugared or whatever food. Now, lastly, well, besides chocolate, usually you would also see it in the box. Lastly, you would see candies in the box, or tong, which is the same word as the sugared tong in the last slide, but now tong, or referring to as candies instead of sugar, has a different tone. Now, the most common candies or tong is actually the rabbit candies, which is bạc tô tong in Cantonese, which bạc tô means white rabbit, and as well as the sugus candies, which is the word in Cantonese is sou si tong, and the word Sosi actually means Switzerland. Now, why is it called Sosi Tong? I actually need to look that up more. But when we're referring to Sugas candies, we refer to it as Sosi Tong. And this actually sums up most of the snacks that you would see. Now, there are variations among families depending on what they like, especially the sugared dry stuff. So some people might not prefer to have winter melon, so they might have other sugared fruits as well. So it really depends on the family, but otherwise, these are the most common ones that you would see during your New Year visits. So Happy New Year, everyone. This is the end of the video, and I hope you really enjoy it. If you actually want to have the latest videos, please subscribe to my channel. Have a good one. Bye for now.